Okay, we have a very simple template here and a very simple project. In fact, I think that it's probably something that a beginner can do. It's just not that complex, but I think in the end it's going to make a very nice wall decor with the scroll saw. Okay, so we have these leaves, and I'm actually going to cut each of these tropical leaves out individually, and then I'm going to overlap them a little bit in the final project. So I've used carbon paper to trace these onto this 1/4 inch piece of plywood. There they are. It's a long thing here. We have 7 leaves here, and it's all going to be in one piece. So I'm going to cut each of these on the scroll saw. I have one place here in this leaf. It has some inside cuts where I'll have to drill a hole in here and then use the scroll saw to cut these holes out. Actually, I think that's the same case with this one. I think these lines here are going to be cut straight through. I have to see how that works out. This one also has an inside hole. This one right here will be, I think, in 2 separate pieces, but they will be placed on the final piece together. So let's just move over to the scroll saw and get to cutting. Alright, so here is the finished leaf with all the holes in it. I'm not in love with how it looks, but I'm hoping that once I paint it and all that kind of stuff, it'll look better. I think it looks the holes just look a little weird to me. Let's add it to the pile of done ones, and we'll move to this more complicated one over here. For these 2 leaves, where I have the veining, I've decided to use my rotary tool to try to make indentions in those spots like this and like this. So I'm going to do that instead of making holes in those places. Okay, now it's time to paint. I decided I did not like the moss color on this side of this leaf, so I spray painted it with green apple spray paint. Now I have this slab of plywood that is 27 inches by 10 inches, and I'm going to give it a bit of color. It's going to be the backer for the leaf pieces. I've mixed this chestnut color with water, and I'm just going to paint it with that. I decided that these leaves were too pale in the color I chose, and it just didn't blend as well as I'd like it to. So I repainted all of these light ones with a light mocha color. So now I'm ready to move them to the backer board, and I'm going to be overlapping them like this a little bit. I'm not absolutely sure how yet that will be, but it will be something to this effect. I gotta figure out the exact placement. I think it's going to be similar to this. So this is the placement, just in case. Just in case I don't get it just right, just so you know how I wanted to place it. What I'm going to try to do is make sure this one and this one are about an inch or so away from the side borders. So the two pieces here will point a little bit that way, the two pieces here a little that way. These are slightly towards each other, this one a little more, this one going that way. So now I'm going to little by little remove them and see how we can do this and keep them in place. I'm using hot glue and this Elmer's clear glue. Whether it's the best choice or not, I don't care. Since these frame pieces are regular wood, I'm going to go ahead and use stain rather than paint on them. I'm going to be using this dark walnut stain, and these pieces measure 1 inch by a ½ inch, and the long ones are 28 inches long and the short ones are 10 inches long. I didn't bother with trying to do miter cuts on the end. I don't do well with that mess when I'm trying to do a frame, so I don't even fool with it. I'm just going to do a boxy and move on. Okay, so we're now ready to put the frame on. And I'm going to attach it with some wood glue and probably some clamps. And then once I do that, I will, because this piece here is a little warped, so I really have to clamp it and keep it tight. And then might use some brad nails to make sure everything's secure. After the frame is secured, I'm going to attach 2 of these sawtooth holders, whatever, picture hanger things, 2 of these on the back, like maybe here and here, like that. I might put a small block of wood here on the back so that it will, when it's on these 2, they'll stick out a little bit, so it won't just kind of curve against the wall from the bottom. A little piece of wood here on the back would make it hang straighter, like that. So that's what I'm going to do, and that'll be our project complete. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, please. If you haven't already, give me a comment below. Tell me what you think, what changes you would have made. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.